Lujiazui Financial District is really where all the global assets are. Today, we're heading to check out this building. This name sounds all fancy and like something out of the future. The lobby looks super spacious and bright, really big. But the 12th floor, it's still raw, unfinished. Even the lower floors are pretty empty. You see, with so many office buildings in Lujiazui, if they made better use of these empty floors, people coming to Shanghai wouldn't even need to buy homes. Property prices in Shanghai would have crashed by now. The next floor is also unfinished, completely empty. You see this kind of scene and you really wonder, do you still envy these so-called fancy metropolises? And this building, it's already been around for about 20 years. How's the occupancy rate still this scary? A recent video filmed by netizens shows the true state of Shanghai's core financial district, Lujiazui, in 2026. While office buildings have a polished exterior, many of their interiors remain vacant. The Mirai Asset Tower, with its prime location, is facing a low occupancy rate. This situation is even more apparent in older buildings like the Aurora Plaza. Its grand exterior stands in stark contrast to the emptiness inside. Alright, I'm standing here at the Bund in Shanghai, and right across from me is the Lujiazui CBD. Today, we're checking out the eye-catching Aurora Plaza right across from the Hangpu River. The entire exterior is this gaudy gold, and at night it turns into an LED screen, adding a bit more shine to the city skyline. Aurora Plaza? Sounds fancy, right? But honestly, it's just a joke. The 19th floor, totally empty. The floor across from it, empty too. This whole floor is empty. This building's considered kinda old in Lujiazui now. You wouldn't notice it unless you're really looking. Next door, also empty. So much space just sitting there. It's really weird. And 28th floor, empty again. Looks all grand on the outside, but it's all empty inside. Let's go check out the 19th floor. Yep, also empty. The opposite side's empty too. What's going on here? Offices all vacant. It looks like no one's around. As foreign capital pulls out, and the real economy shrinks with declining consumer power, Shanghai's trillion-yuan business district is grappling with an unprecedented ghost town crisis. Not only have vacancy rates in top commercial office buildings soared, but once bustling shopping streets and popular stores are also closing or transferring. The drop in office rents is a direct reflection of these struggles. In some areas, office rents have fallen by 48% compared to 4 years ago. Overall market rents have reached historic lows, with some Lujiazui high-end office buildings quoting rents as low as 5 to 6 yuan per square meter. Some commercial spaces are even offering zero rent.
Let me show you what the real situation is with Shanghai's real economy. Now we are at Qipu Road, once a place where shops were hard to find. Now, no one cares. The whole market's full of shops up for rent, and the owners don't even want rent anymore. Just pay the property fee and it's yours to use. But still, no one's renting. Why is that? Look, if this is how the real economy is doing, what's the reason behind it? I can't believe my eyes. 2,000 RMB for a 1,000 square meter supermarket? They're charging just 2,000 RMB for this? It's a joke, a huge joke. I never thought China's biggest Muji flagship store would shut down. They've even put up a goodbye poster. March 31st was the last day.
There's a noticeable contraction in Shanghai's consumer sector, with extreme cases like 1,000 square meter supermarket offering a 2,000 yuan rent with no takers. Muji's largest flagship store in Shanghai is closed down. The issue isn't just e-commerce competition, but a broader decline in consumer confidence. People aren't reluctant to spend, they simply can't afford to.
我们这条街好像坏了呀。
Our street seems to be in decline. There are cars, there are people, but no stores. How did all these stores close down? This used to be such a bustling city center. Once a place where shops were hard to find. Now there's not a single one left. Does anyone know why?
我现在所在的地方就是在上海宝山。
This place is on Baoshan, Yingao West Road in Shanghai. There's a business district here, the Changjiang International Commercial Circle. Let's check out how many of these shops are still open. Clothing shops? Closed. Doors locked tight. There's a C-Trip travel agency still open, but the theme park next door? Closed. We look further, and all the elevators leading upstairs are closed, meaning all the floors above are empty. And this crawfish restaurant? No one's in there. It's probably closing soon. There's a Tustin burger place, closed too. No one inside. Let's check this Starbucks. Looks empty. Well, turns out it is. There's just one person. China Gold's still open, but the Baiyuan Baozi shop is closed, and there's a barber shop still open. The 5G store? Closed. This Plaza place, once so popular, is closed too. Bought coffee? There are 3 customers in there, and that's it. This entire row is closed. 70% of it's shut down, and over there, 80% is closed. Shanghai's economic slump is also affecting surrounding commercial areas. Most shops are locked up, with "for rent" signs plastered on windows. Once prime retail locations now appear desolate. There's hardly any foot traffic on the once packed pedestrian streets.
I went to Shanghai District today. There was nobody on the streets. It's really depressing, right? 1 p.m. and there's not a single person around.
今天带你们来看一下真实的商场现状。
Let me show you what the real estate of these malls is. Last week, I made a detour and went to check it out. I was walking the whole time, and I had goosebumps the entire way. This is no longer the dining and entertainment plaza it was planned to be. It's more like a real-life Silent Hill. The once bustling atrium is now so empty you can hear your own footsteps. Most of the shops have the roller shutters down. Some of the signs haven't been fully removed. It's clear that these places have been forgotten by time. We took the working elevator up to the 4th floor. I'd heard this was once a great sky garden, so let's see what's left of it. It's obvious this used to be a huge venue for weddings, with neatly arranged banquet tools just lying around. The place looks relatively new, so it seems like it hasn't been closed for long. I looked it up. The mall opened in 2012. At the time, it had a Carrefour and Da Guoming cinemas as anchor tenants. The developers were so confident, saying they'd turn this place into a CBD of South Songjiang with the buying power of the 8,000 nearby villas. Back then, young people would go to the top floor to watch movies. The dining area was bustling, but now it's so depressing.
Now let's talk about the landlords of these shops. Their businesses are terrible, but even worse off are the landlords whose shops can't be rented or sold. How bad is that? Today is Sunday, and this is a building over the subway in Shanghai, line 17. There's not a single person here. This is the second subway building, and I think this mall is worse because it has probably seen a huge number of tenants leaving. You can see lots of places where there are just fences, no shops anymore. Below the 2nd floor, things are okay, still operating. But when we got to the 3rd floor, things got worse. Every single shop was closed, all dark inside. The 4th floor, all covered with fences. We can see that a huge shop was closed here too. Today, I checked out 3 malls in total. This is Shanghai, right next to the subway, and it's Sunday. Of course there is the rain, but people still aren't out shopping. But as a mall owner, before you open a mall, you've already invested a huge amount in renovations, and the daily operations cost a lot too. In this environment, we keep building more high-density, homogeneous malls, causing this intense internal competition. Why is that?
Amid the ongoing US-China trade war, broken supply chains, and worsening domestic business conditions, many foreign businesses are scaling back or pulling out of China. The reduction in foreign workers has hit retail, dining, and entertainment industries the hardest.
上海的餐饮啊，生意好不好啊？难不难啊？
Look at Saturday now. It's 7 p.m. How's the restaurant business in Shanghai? Is it bad? Not many people around. This is a Saturday. Usually it's packed, right? Now, the Shanghai restaurants, they're practically empty. Look at this lamb scorpion crawfish place. It didn't make it. The rent is over 100,000 a month. This one's serving small seafood, and there's barely anyone. This is a Hunan restaurant. Is there anyone? With such a bad economy, it's really tough to stay afloat, especially for small restaurants in a big city. Most of these are noodle places, and there are some delivery orders, but this one closed too. It's up for rent. The ramen shop has a bit of business, stir-fried chicken, just a few tables. But look at this pork, beef, and lamb stir-fried place. There's so much empty space. This is the real estate of Shanghai's restaurant industry.
Now I feel like Shanghai's economy is worse than some of the 2nd and 3rd tier cities. Look at Wan'an Street, what used to be our little Nanjing Road, right? Now it's full of vacant shops, or desolate. The rent used to be over 100,000 a year, but now it's been slashed in half, and even at that price, they can't rent it out.
带大家看一下这个商场，人都没有。
Let me show you around this mall. There's nobody here, and the staff is just sitting around, playing with their phones. The shops, no business at all. I'm at Kaobao Road in Sujiahui right now. The Sun Moon Light Mall here, it's practically empty, hardly any people. This year, it's been really tough for brick-and-mortar businesses. There's literally no one around. The job market in Shanghai is also growing more challenging. A receptionist position offering a salary of 4,500 yuan received 900 applications in 2 days. Some applicants have attended over 20 interviews in 3 months without securing a position. People aged 40 and above are increasingly marginalized, signaling a decline in the middle class.
知道现在大环境不好，但是现在的大环境
I know the economy is bad, but is it really this bad? Today I went for an interview and everything seemed pretty good, a good fit. But when we talked about the salary, it was only 3,500 yuan. Is this really the salary standard for 2026? 3,500 yuan. Oh my gosh.
一位拍摄视频的网络博主哀叹。
I've realized the job market in Shanghai is really bad. I've been living in my rental for 3 months and 8 days now. In the past month, I've interviewed with 22 companies, but none of them worked out. I still haven't found a job. Is Shanghai just not the right city for me? Should I stay here or leave? I'm really struggling right now and I don't know what to do.
In 2026, the number of delivery riders in Shanghai has surged, but the reality is that orders are shrinking dramatically. Consumer downgrading has led many families to cut back on takeaway spending, while the reduction in migrant workers has further diminished city demand. With an imbalance in supply and demand, delivery riders are competing for limited orders, and pay has dropped from tens of yuan per order to just a few yuan. A recent video shows a group of delivery riders in Shanghai, wearing yellow work vests, lined up on the street waiting for orders. Some have remarked, there are more people delivering than ordering. In recent years, China's population migration pattern has shifted significantly. Some people are returning to their hometowns, where the cost of living is lower. Others are moving to second and third-tier cities for more affordable living spaces. Some continue to struggle in major cities, but they are now on the economic margins. When not earning enough and high living costs coexist, people can only vote with their feet, migrating as a silent protest. At the same time, China's economic downturn and increasing restrictions on private enterprises in the real estate sector are exacerbating social stratification. Some wealthy individuals and high net worth individuals have accelerated the immigration and asset transfers to avoid policy risks and capital uncertainty. According to social media reports, Shanghai's service and boutique industries for wealthy individuals and foreigners entered a slump after 2022. It has yet to recover as a large portion of this demographic has left. Reports indicate that in 2022, around 10,000 wealthy individuals left China, taking large amounts of wealth with them. By 2025, the number of Chinese wealthy individuals fleeing the country reached an all-time high. The underlying reasons are not just concerns about future instability, but fears over capital safety. The phenomenon of the rich fleeing reflects the high sensitivity and risk aversion tendencies of high net worth individuals towards a macro environment. The glamour of Shanghai, once an international metropolis, is fading. From the emptiness on the streets to widespread layoffs in businesses, this city, once known as the most vibrant in China, is facing unprecedented challenges. More and more residents are feeling the economic pressure. Streets full of closed stores are now in common sight. Even the city's core business districts, where the hustle and bustle of the past is now gone. Economist Wang Depei, in a speech circulating online, remarked, "The era of Chinese streets has ended." He noted that in Shanghai's Nanjing Road, the most luxurious street, many well-known stores are now closing their doors. Wang Depei stated that this is not only a reflection of the economic downturn, but also an inevitable consequence of the shift in consumer behavior and the adjustment of business models. As consumption moves from offline to online, with more large shopping centers being built, the decline of traditional street boutique economies has become almost unavoidable. As one resident put it, "It's a miracle if Nanjing Road doesn't die."